Hi guys, Ryu here, and in this video I'm gonna give you a quick rundown of my settings of Blender and add-ons. So let's start with Hardops. When you install Hardops, you'll see this icon here on the top. Just go here, and what I want you to enable is enable this Auto T panel, then the box cutter notifications, Q menu, sequential, and menu prefixes. I think the Q menu sequential actually is enabled by default. So just this one, the prefix is on Q menu, and this one is optional. So the blank matte similar to viewport. What it does basically, it displays the similar kind of a color of a matte in viewport as you have in LookDev. So it's kind of like to pre-visualize your stuff, okay? The Auto T panel and N panel will move these two panels outside when you, for example, work with modifiers. So if I'm gonna add a cube here, and let's say at the bevel, you see these panels slide out. So when I press H, it just makes the room for this H menu here, okay, at the bottom, see that? And when I apply the bevel, so I click, the panels move back in. So it just makes you more room to, to work. In terms of box cutter, it's really easy. All you need to do is go here and enable right mouse button to cancel N-gun. What it will do, it will enable you to work with an N-gun in a way that when you create an N-gun, and let's say you have a lot of points and you want to cancel that easily and start working, from scratch, you press right mouse button and everything is gone. If you want to remove just one point, what you need to do is press backspace. It will remove point by point going backwards, okay? So that's that, and that's all I do for both add-ons. And then we have power save. So power save is really easy. I have this autosave and autosave temporary files enabled. The autosave interval, I left it at default at 2 minutes, so every 120 seconds. And I choose this option here, which is autosave suffix. What it will do when you click power save will save a file, and then after 2 minutes, if you introduce some changes to your Blender, autosave is going to create a file with a suffix called autosave, so you know which file is which. It's really important. Machine tools, really easy guys, very simple. So let's go to machine tools and I'll show you my settings. Now I'm using Machine Tools Deus Ex, meaning I have one more additional option, which is this one. So don't worry about it. If it's, your Machine Tools is different, that's because I'm using the paid version, but we're not gonna be using this, so don't worry about it. This is all you need to enable, okay? Nothing else, right? I don't even use all of these, but this is what I have always enabled because I really like these pie menus. If you want to check what keys I used for these, you can always go to key maps and you'll have all the keystrokes here. You can check it. So again, enable these and that's all you have to worry about, okay? And save preferences. Now let's talk about Blender settings because I changed a few things, okay? First of all, interface 1.4, so it's a bit bigger. Then themes, I've changed colors on the 3D viewport, so you can change colors here of your, like active object, selected object, edges, etc. Usually I have it set to white, okay? So most of my stuff is set to white. So active object, selected object, select edge, vertex select, they're all white, okay? Then this option here under face orientation, I reduced alpha to 0. Now what it does, when I flip one of the faces here, and I'm gonna press Alt V and enable face orientation, you see I do not see the blue faces, right? Because normally what happens when you enable this face orientation tool, you can see the blue faces as well. I don't want that because it's just distracting. So where is this option here? So when you reduce the alpha here to 0, basically you're seeing this gray, gray texture, which is great because all I want to see is the information that's incorrect, so flipped faces. So that's that. And then very important, the vert size, change it to 7. So when you have verts here, because I think default is 3, which is microscopic, I don't like it, I like it bigger. You can also change the object origin size to 7 as well, it's going to be a bit bigger. So, and then save prefs, right? Now you need to enable certain add-ons, like for example loop tools, that's one, okay? Edit mesh tools, okay? Then you have bull tool, then you have F2, Then you have 3D print toolbox. Okay, this one. Node Wrangler, right? Node Wrangler. Copy attributes menu. Okay. And I think that's about, oh, and F2. This is for faces. So these are all default Blender add-ons I have enabled day one. Okay, I just enable them and I forget about it because usually you're gonna be needing them. So that's really important, right? And then let's go to input. Nothing changed here. Navigation, that's important. Orbiter on selection on, perspective, auto perspective off, and depth on. Okay. Then under key map, spacebar set to search. By default, it's play. And under system, undo steps to 56, which is maximum. You can just type any number here and it's gonna default to 256. CUDA, set it to card. You could do optics, but I noticed that I sometimes have bugs with rendering, so I can't be bothered with this. We're gonna be using the noiser anyway, so its rendering is very quick. Do not select your CPU, regardless what CPU you're using. So it's always slowing down if you're rendering on a card, so I would just avoid that. And that's about it, guys. And save prefs and you're done, okay? Now let's talk about Blender settings here in the main scene, okay? So first of all, compositing, really important. You want to have this set up. Let me just remove this and show you the original window here. It looks like this, okay? This is what you're gonna see when you enable use nodes. You're gonna see these two nodes, okay? Separate them, Shift A, and just type noise, denoise, and drop it in. Now under cycles, you have to be in cycles, okay? Otherwise this option here is gonna be invisible. Click on denoising data, you'll see two new nodes popping up here. Connect them accordingly. So normal to normal, albedo to albedo, and your compositor is set, okay? Go back to rendering and disable this denoise here because you're not going to be needing that, okay? Sampling, set it to 250. You could set it to 300, but you don't need more than that. Scroll down to light path and follow my numbers. You could go higher. You could go, for example, 18, 12, 12, 12, or lower, 8, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, you know. It's up to you, but don't go lower than that because, especially if you're using decals, because I think below 7, decals will not be transparent. The alpha plane of a decal will actually be visible in renders, in cycles. So, you know, I wouldn't go below, I think 6 or 7, I can't remember. I'm usually keeping above 8. This is fine. Now under performance here, on the tiles, this is system dependent, okay? I would start with 256, then move on to 512, then 24, and then higher. I've noticed that the best rendering settings for my card, which is 390, it's 2048. But 256 is a great start, so start with 256 and move upwards. This is really system dependent, so it depends basically on what kind of computer you have. So you just play with these settings. This tiling will determine how big of a tile computer will render at once. And so it will basically shorten or lengthen the time of your renders. So just play with it and fine tune it. And guys, that's about it, okay? That's literally all you need to have set up in here. Now, if you're gonna go back to layout, I'm gonna open the shader editor here. So let's go here, and under world, all you need to do with our Node Wrangler add-on enabled, click here, Control T, and just move it a little bit to the right or left, and click this icon and add your HDRI. We're gonna be covering this in rendering section, so don't worry about it. And that's that. And when you go here now to, you know, edit and save preferences, right? So you're gonna save preferences, and then you're gonna go here and default and save startup file. Every time you open your Blender, you will be seeing the same scene. So clean it the way you want. I usually have it set up like this. So when I open, I have a nice, beautiful, clean scene with some horizon, very, very nice and organized and tidy. So, you know, I like it like that. Usually what I do is I turn off all the add-ons. So press W to turn off box cutter and hard ups, so I can start without any add-ons. And I have everything key mapped to my mouse, so I can very easily toggle between these two add-ons, pressing Alt W and W to switch it off. So there you go. That's all settings for Blender that you need to know, and I'll see you in the modeling part.